Now, the question was basically, I'm searching through Vipon and I'm searching through Snagshout, and I'm literally searching for like hours and I can't find any deals. And the ones that I do find, are few and far between. And the ones that I do find, often, aren't the margins that, I expect. And so I want to address that here in this video because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there thinking the same thing, because I do look at my YouTube analytics and I do notice that a lot of people come into my content from older videos. Now, the older videos tend to be on coupon arbitrage because that is the first that is the first online arbitrage business model that I ever got into and I ever implemented. So that's the first business model that I ever teached, right? You might literally be seeing some of the older videos and coming onto my channel from the older videos, and I'm sorting through places like Vipon and Snagshout and Loot Hoots No More, which is going to reiterate the point that I'm talking about here in a second. And I'm literally going, oh, I'm on the homepage. I found this deal. I found this deal. I found this deal. And it takes me like a minute to find like 5 to 10 products, which I'm making like $100 on total. And I'm saying, why don't you hop on this and do it yourself, right? So you can still use Vipon and Snagshout. I still do. Vipon's a little bit hit or miss. Snagshout does have all right items, and I have bought some items from Snagshout here, but I want to hit it home for you that these are not the same sites that they used to be. Coupon arbitrage is not as easy as it used to be. When I used to create those tutorials, right, and I would resell them back on Amazon, and I would kind of teach that business model, it was like 2 years ago. The market hadn't adjusted yet. The private label sellers hadn't adjusted yet. Obviously, here we are in the beginning of 2020, right? So it's a completely different game now. And it was like stealing candy from a baby. You could hop onto the coupon sites, literally any one of them, buy a product for like $2, ship it into FBA, sell it for $20, and make like the $15 after Amazon fees, right? And you could just continue to do that over and over and over again, and it was so easy. Now, can you still do that? There's 2 things I want to hit on here before we jump in to the actual examples of products that I've listed. As you can see, there's a bunch of them here, and the other website. So, first and foremost, there's 2 ways to approach this, like I've touched on in previous videos, right? The first way is to source on these coupon sites with the intention of reselling back on Amazon. If you're gonna do that, pay attention. If you're going to do that, understand that it comes with the risk of potential copyright claims, trademark claims, all sorts of claims, because that is a way that other private label sellers, all these sellers right here listing these products, have adjusted to understand that they can just file endless claims against any seller that hops on their listing, even if the claim is baseless. You are allowed to resell products. That said, Amazon is not, the federal government. Amazon is not the US. It is a third-party website with their own rules and their own terms of service. So, that said, while you are legally allowed to resell anything that you purchase, Amazon is definitely allowed to hit you with a copyright strike or a trademark strike or an IP strike, right, on your account. And then you have to go through the kind of, the headache, essentially, of proving to them that you actually did have the product, that you weren't infringing. So, in my opinion, I don't do that anymore because it's not worth the headache and it's not worth constantly risking my account and kind of appealing those and getting them off my account fast enough, right? So, if you're scaling up, understand that it comes with a lot of risk. So, there's 2 ways to basically approach it. A, do it a little bit for some cash back on the side, or not cash back, for some cash flow on the side, right? And then, if you're not scaling it up too much, you can kind of manage your claims, appeal them because you don't have too many because you're not scaled up too much, and then you can kind of mitigate your risk by only claiming a few and shipping them into FBA at once. Maybe that nets you like $500 a month extra cash flow, but understand that it does come with risk. I do it the second way, which is the way I'm going to teach you here in a second, because I'm more focused on saving the health of my Amazon account to ship in wholesale items, liquidation items, bulk deal items, books, right? I want to leverage FBA to do the more scalable business models, unlike coupon arbitrage, because now there is not nearly as many products and there's not nearly as many sellers on these coupon sites with the profit margin that there used to be, so I don't go after it like that anymore. You can just understand that it comes with risk. So the second way is to source these sites with the intention of reselling back on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay, because you're getting deals so cheap that you don't have to send them into Amazon, right? If you're going to get a deal, for example, let me show you an example of a website here right now. JumpSend is a great example of another coupon website like Snagshout and Vipon, where you can hop on this website, but if I sort price low to high, look at all these deals here. I can get these bibs right here, 10 cents. Don't you think if I can get these prime 10 cents to my door, so I'm spending 10 cents into this product, and I list them back on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay for like $10 or $15 or $20, and then slowly mark them down and make offers to eventually sell them at like 10 or $15, right? That's a great profit margin, and I'm only risking 10 cents. Same thing with this thing, 17 cents, 17 cents, 18 cents, 36 cents. I sold all these eyelashes. There's so many eyelashes here. I sold eyelashes on Poshmark and Mercari like that. Now, keep in mind that they are a little bit more, when I used to do it about maybe a month or two, they weren't as kind of, there weren't as many on the platform listed. So they're definitely a little bit more saturated now, but you can still sell them because you're getting them super, super cheap. So you're risking barely any money at all to get into these products that you can then resell back on, not on Amazon, excuse me, on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay for ridiculously high profit margins. Now, I covered a million different times on this channel how to sell more on Poshmark, how to sell more on eBay, how to sell more on Mercari, right? I will drop all three of those tutorials down at the bottom of the description if you want to check them out or save them to watch later, so you can go back and watch those so you understand the strategy behind listing these high, making offers, and kind of sharing on different platforms so that you can sell these faster and for a higher profit margin. But there are a number of great items here that you can claim. Look, this one right here, 46 cents. It retails at $22.99. 40 cents, $19.99. This one's a little bit lower profit margin, but I wouldn't list this at $5.99. You're getting it for 60 cents. I'd probably list this at like 15 bucks on Poshmark or Mercari or eBay, and then slowly make offers to likers and kind of drop the price that way so somebody thinks that they're getting a deal, right? It's psychology. Same thing with this one, right? 40 cents, retails for $19.99. I mean, where else are you going to go to a flea market or anything like that, or a thrift store, and get $40 great brand new items that, oh, by the way, come with a great Amazon listing that you can take the pictures, you can take the listing, all sorts of great opportunity here, and they're coming to your door. You don't have to go out to the store and source them and scan and figure out what it is. You can do all that research right here from your computer. So here's an example of selected deals that I've claimed, right? Now, I usually go through this every morning and see what deals have popped up, and I have multiple JumpSend accounts, and you can sign up for multiple JumpSend accounts as well. Just make sure you do it with a different email and a different browser. I don't believe that they're internal IP sensitive or external IP sensitive, but I do believe that they're internal IP sensitive. So just make sure you sign up on a different browser, so like Firefox or Internet Explorer, or there's many other ones like Opera or whatever, or Google Chrome, right? So I'm going to get these items potentially for like 40 cents. And then look, I don't just say this, guys. I literally sell them all back on these sites. You can do the same thing and replicate this process. Look, this one's listed right here. 24 bucks potentially. This one's listed 16 bucks potentially. And look how I list them higher and then slowly drop the price to entice buyers to actually go ahead and buy them, right? So right here, 27, 18, 22, 22, 31. All these great items are listed here, which you can then obviously do the same thing and make the money, right? But you need to acquire the inventory to list on these platforms, whether it's Poshmark, Mercari, or eBay, or all of them, and then it's a it's a slow, steady drip of cash flow as your items sell, because remember, you're getting them super, super cheap or even free. All of these things that I've listed here are either items that I got for free from a cashback website. I've covered cashback websites a million different times on this channel. You can check the link down in the description, at the bottom of the description, for the cashback arbitrage playlist. I'll also drop that card up in the right-hand corner right now. Or there are items where I've gotten on coupon sites super, super cheap like this, right? $2.50, $1.92. Even if it's not 40 cents and you're spending like $2 or $3 or whatever to get these items, but you're listing them back on, these sites for like 20 or 30 bucks, you're still making a ridiculously high margin. You don't have to go out to the stores to source them. And oh, by the way, you're barely spending any money into these products, because you can probably get like 10 products for like 10 bucks if you kind of source well. So it's very, very easy to do. 19, 28, 18, 19, 26, 23, you get the picture. I could keep going through these on and on and on, and these are just the ones that I pulled up. A not so common sense piece that I would say to you is, people are always like, hey, I bought like 1 or 2 items, and that's great if you just want to mitigate your risk and you just want to test it out, right? But once you test it out and you see that it works, scale it up, right? You barely have any risk. You're going after these coupon products that are super cheap, or you're getting free products on the cashback websites because you're spending the money for them full retail, but then you're getting the cash back through your PayPal, so you barely spend any money if they even charge you, right? Because sometimes you have to spend like 50 cents to $1 for taxes, but I mean, still, you're getting the item super, super cheap. But scale it up. To sell like 1,000 a month in items, you probably need 1,000 at least in revenue and inventory worth of items, right? So people are always like, how can I sell 5,000 a month on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay combined? but they only have like 10 items listed across their stores. And I'm like, you need more inventory, right? I just wanted to cover this here today because I get this question a lot. And while the coupon sites like JumpSend or Vipon or any of the sites that I've covered on this channel, coupon arbitrage playlist with all those sites up in the right-hand corner right now. Also link that down in the bottom of the description at the end of the description. So whether you're going the cashback sites, the coupon sites, you can get free inventory. Just remember, free or cheap inventory, excuse me. Just remember that while you can resell these back on Amazon, I don't necessarily recommend it. If you do, don't scale it up because the more you scale it, the higher risk of potential IP claims or copyright claims or trademark claims now. That might switch back. The pendulum might swing back in favor of doing this like that in the future when Amazon adjusts, but that is not currently right now. So what I would recommend that you do is source the coupon sites and the cashback sites for very free and cheap inventory and then resell it back on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay for great profit margins.